past Bus Depot and Cafe. Oh, hi, Mr. Montoya. Yeah, Dolores got on fine.
I want to get a ticket.
About 6 or 7 a night. You're welcome, Mr. Montoya, anytime. Well, look at you, all dolled up in your Sunday go-to-meeting duds. What are you doing here? It's barely 10:30. Oh, yeah, this month's ad in the newspaper. Just put in the regular stuff about the bypass. I'll give Matthew a check to drop off to you later.
No, I want to get a ticket.
423.
Not Amarillo. A ticket to Dallas, one way.
Dallas is more. I gotta look that up.
Matthew Lee's not in yet?
Not yet. The 428 or the 828?
There one this morning?
1128. Your folks know you're going to Dallas?
Any law saying you can't sell a bus ticket to a 17-year-old?
As long as you got $23.
66 cents, I got it.
What time's Matt usually get here?
He usually gets here about 11:45. His shift starts at 11:30, but he barely makes it in time to put the patties on for all those holy rollers at the doors. But if you're waiting for him, you won't make it. Bus leaves 11:28 on the dot. 23:66.
Yeah. 60, 65, 66.
Are you taking a pet? That'll cost you extra.
Oh, no. I was going to leave him with a friend, but he's out roaming somewhere. The cat, not the friend.
One way to Dallas coming up. Hey, look at this. It's got your name on it. Oh, 2 tickets inside. So here, take your money back. From the looks of your wallet, you need it.
How'd these get here?
Someone must have bought them yesterday.
Matthew Lee. Could I get a coffee?
25 cents, if you can afford it.
I can spare a quarter.
Sit down. It'll be a while.
Fuck!
Calm down, boy. What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
That is 1-0 I do not want to be in front of when it comes barreling down the freeway.
Let's just say it hasn't been a good day.
Let me guess. Your little disaster the other night at the Harvest Moon Ball.
News travels fast.
Only thing that travels faster than news in these parts is bad news.
2 days, and the whole town knows.
Look, sugar, hardly an after school or a weekend goes by when there ain't a pack of you kids in here, chomping down on fries and guzzling cokes. Most of you got pretty big mouths.
Especially that Ginger Evan.
Hers is one of the biggest. Genetics, I reckon. Gets it from her mother. And yesterday, she was here all day, holding court like she brought important news from medical research or something.
So that's why Matthew Lee went home early.
By noon, that Evans girl had let all the sordid details carefully slip out.
And she saw a lot of details.
The graphic portrayal of your particular transgression was especially colorful. In the washroom at the school, Jamie? Really, not even I was there, stupid.
Sometimes you get carried away. There's no time to think.
The effortless removal of clothing while writhing on a bathroom floor does require full concentration. I'll grant you that.
And not thinking has major consequences.
Everything has consequences.
I've never had consequences as big as this.
So you're gonna make it all go away. All the tongue flapping and jaw wagging, you're gonna make it all go away by going away yourself. Take Joyce's advice. Just wait. Next week there'll be another scandal and they'll forget all about you.
I don't think so. Last night, the principal came by and informed my folks I was going to be transferred to another school. Principal and my folks went on talking like I wasn't even in the room. And I just sat there saying zip. I thought that was the worst of it. Then the deacons came by and told my dad he could not preach today. They arranged for some replacement over at Pampa to step in.
Because of you?
The Bible says the sins of the father shall not be visited upon the sons. Well, I guess it don't say nothing about the sins of the sons being visited upon the father. And he just sat there and took it. He looked so humiliated. And then this morning at church, I'm getting out of these Sunday clothes, Joyce, and then I'm gonna burn them.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie. I gotta get those potatoes mashed for all those Baptists get here. They get pretty riled up if their taters ain't just so. If you take the 428, you'll have plenty of time to settle things with Matthew before the bus gets here.
I was gonna go later, this evening, but Jack Bell and Leon Haney started in on me during invocation this morning.
What happened this morning, sugar?
During invocation?
Go to the back room. If any of those holier-than-thou see you drop in your drawers, well, that's something neither of us needs. I'm not gonna say it to your face. They just look at you. They just stare. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I know what you mean. They see me now when they look at me. Not that, is there someone standing behind you kind of look I usually get?
That's nature's sexual indiscretion in this world. Makes you suddenly turn visible.
And just as I thought I was getting invisible again after that whole water tower thing. But when that visiting preacher saw me, his hallelujah hackle set right up, and I became the impromptu lesson of the morning. A perfect example of the mark of Cain and the legacy of Sodom.
He actually said legacy of Sodom.
All he needed was slides to make everything crystal clear.
And what did you do?
Nothing. All I could do was stare at my dad, sitting there. Someone else was doing his job, with his eyes looking like they wasn't focused on anything, not even me. And then he went on about the wickedness of rock and roll and television. I don't know what that had to do with anything.
That's those Southern Baptists. If they had their way, we'd still be riding dinosaurs to work.
If this one had his way, I'd be under one of those dinosaurs.
You ought to stay and face the music. You're too young to go running away from home. Besides, nobody does that anymore.
I won't be the first Phillips to hit the road, you know. My Uncle Bert left home at 16. Quarter in his pocket, the shoes on his feet, and a guitar slung over his back. He carried that guitar for years and didn't play a lick. Well, one chord. One chord some zonked out boozer taught him at a church social one Saturday night. One chord. That's all he started with and that's all he ended with. He never learned to play. He told me once he hated that guitar. And when I asked him why I carried it around for so long, you know what he said? Well, I'll tell you anyway, seeing as you're so conversational and all. He said he could play that one chord real fine, perfect almost. And he never learned any more because he's afraid he'd never measure up to that first chord. Sort of like a writer making a big splash on his first book and never doing any better. He didn't want to go through life downhill. What we did was not wrong. Nobody was hurt.
Then why not stay?
Not everybody sees it the way I do. And they're all up in arms. I don't know why. Hell, we're just kids.
You are not, by any stretch of the imagination, just kids.
No. We knew what we were doing. So does everybody else in town now, thanks to that loudmouth Ginger.
But just because life is a little uncomfortable...
Understatement. And twice this morning at church, Jack Bell smashed me up against the wall, while his pal Leon was yelling, "Excuse us." Jack was whispering homo in my ear.
So you're leaving.
About the size of it. If I don't, my dad'll have to move someplace where they don't know about me. Because now he's a failure as a father. They already brought in someone to take his place this morning. I'm sure there's some trying to make it permanent, and Mom loves it here. I heard them talking last night. Like they always do. I'm in bed, not sleeping as usual. They're in the kitchen drinking coffee and talking. And Carolyn, and little Robert's got so many friends.
So you're gonna vamoose with... Who's the other ticket for?
I'm sure Ginger announced that one loud and clear.
Who's the other ticket for, Jamie?
It's not my place.
Other ticket.
I'll put these things in the trash out back. That way there won't be any to question. If you want, Joyce, you could just refund our money and we could pay the driver.
Who is we?
That way you won't get in any trouble.
I can take care of myself, kid.
I'm sure you can.
Hi, Mr. Quasi. Hi, Sugar. Cora, right? Sally Henderson's girl? First Baptist over already? Oh, I better get a move on.
Not for a while yet. Jamie Phillips here?
You come to say goodbye?
Then he is leaving, for sure.
Seems pretty sure of it to me. Makes absolutely no sense, but I guess you young folks see it differently.
Did he buy a ticket?
Well, actually, he's got two, but... Look, the smartest thing you can do is try and talk him out of it.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I want to.
Running away never did anybody any good. He's taking some trash out. Coffee?
Could I have a Dr. Pepper?
Woman after my own heart here. Oh, no, that's okay.
Morning, Joyce.
Morning, Roy. How's business?
Same as every other Sunday.
Black, right?
Corey, church out already? You playing hooky?
No.
How's that pinch hitter they got preaching over there this morning?
All right, I guess.
Guess Reverend Phillips not too happy about that. I told him ages ago that boy has had a leash way too long. He didn't listen. Par for the course. Now he knows. Guess he and that brother of mine are in a pretty awkward situation
I'll put those
now.
things inside an old paper bag. I don't think anybody'll... Corey.
Well, if it ain't the little pervert in person. Corey's not being in church is one thing, but the preacher's kid? You going for a triple playboy?
I'm not going for anything, Roy.
You two? The bus depot? I'd say that shows signs of eloping. Except I don't think it's with her.
That's enough.
What's the matter, sissy boy? I had a nerve.
That was black coffee, Roy. Black? And you leave these two kids alone. They got enough trouble without you adding your 2 cents to it.
Watch yourself, kid, because I got my eye on you. I don't like your influence on my kid brother one bit.
Don't you think you better get back out there and keep the highways safe for America and the citizens of hope?
Ever vigilant. That's what the sheriff says. Ever vigilant.
He don't even know what vigilance means. Well, those potatoes ain't gonna match themselves.
Jamie, you can't let someone like Roy Preston run you out of town.
That's the least of what I gotta put up with. You can't talk me out of it like that game of chicken over at the farm to market last summer. You were so sure we'd be killed. Come to think of it, I was sure we'd be killed. I wanted you to talk me out of that one, but this time, I've made up my mind.
You are so pig-headed.
I mailed you a letter on my way over. How'd you find me?
When we went down to Sunday school, I saw Jack and Leon trip you on the stairs. And then you didn't show up to teen class.
Didn't feel very welcome.
Well, I guess not after what that preacher from Pampa said.
I can imagine what he's ranting about right now. And my family sitting there. Figured he was heating the deacons up for tar and feathers.
No,
Gonna fire my dad.
they wouldn't do that.
Corey, of course they would. You think everybody's so pure and honest and going through life doing the right thing all the time, like you? They'll get all heated up over this, all self-righteous, all puffed and proud. And the deacons will announce it's for the protection of the children. Who can fight against that? They'll fire him for sure.
I went over to your house, then down to the bench shell. I didn't know where else you'd be, so I went over to Matt's. His mom made him go to early mass, then come home and clean out the garage. I wanted to ask him lots of things. I had a lot on my mind. I saw how you looked when the preacher said those awful things. I wanted to ask him, Matt, but he said I should talk to you. I was gonna ask you, I need to know. I was supposed to sing solo this morning with the choir. I guess Miss Orr will do it. She likes the song and she's got a pretty good voice. Jamie, you just gonna leave? Just go?
Well, that's the plan.
This morning. Matt knew that. But how'd he know that and I didn't?
I talked to him yesterday.
Well, you could have talked to me. Why are you doing this so sudden?
Didn't you hear the preacher this morning? There's a time for planting and a time for casting out demons. Well, I'm not hanging around to be cast out.
Nothing. That's just preacher talk. It don't mean nothing.
It's not about you. It's nothing. If you're the one with the demon, it is about you and everyone around you. They wouldn't let my dad preach today. My little brother got in such a bad fight at Little League yesterday, the coach sent him home. A fight about me. The principal came over last night. I won't be in school tomorrow. I get the day off while they transfer my papers to Panhandle.
But that's Miles. They can't do
If I'm a
that.
threat to the well-being of the school, I can't even go clear up my locker till Monday night. Tell you, I'm not hanging around.
It'll
It's
pass.
just starting. Remember what happened to that Tilson kid? It's been 2 years and they still call him Vacuum Mouth. Jack threw his Levi's up on the roof of the gym during the homecoming bonfire. I tell you, it's just starting.
Ginger Evans is a lying bitch. Tell me that, Jamie. That's what I want you to tell me. You say that and I'll believe you. Say she made it all up. She's jealous and said she caught you with some other girl just to get at me.
Some other girl.
She oughtn't make up stories like that about other people.
Corey.
She's always shooting off her mouth. Anything nasty about anybody. Most of what she says is just stories she's heard her mother tell.
Most.
The rest is lies. Like this. Because I know you...
Not like this.
Well, then you tell me, Jamie. You go around telling everybody we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and I'm
Oh,
supposed
don't say that. I don't ever say
well,
that.
I do, and you don't stop me. I am not supposed to find these things out from Ginger Evan or Jennifer Toohey. You tell me. I haven't even seen you since you dragged me out of the dance. You didn't call yesterday. You always call Saturday afternoon. Why didn't you call yesterday, Jamie? I was expecting to go to the drive-in. I waited all day, and you didn't even call. Beth Ann called. Jennifer Toohey called. Elaine and Victoria, everybody I ever knew called. Then Ginger Evans called to apologize and to tell me she considered it her civic duty to tell what she saw. What'd you see, Jamie? You tell me.
So many people called, you should know by now.
I don't know anything. Nobody will say anything. To me, anyway. They're so sorry. It's just so sad. Well, right now, it's so nothing. What is it, Jamie? You tell me.
Ginger wasn't lying. She caught us in the bathroom on the second floor during the dance. When she came in, we weren't exactly dressed. Bitch must have stood there in the doorway for 5 minutes.
Damn you! How could you do this? How could you do this? All you had to do was tell me you were tired of me. It would have been hard, but I could have handled that. But all this talk and I'm up in the cold. It hurts, Jamie.
Is everything okay?
Fine.
If you need anything.
Thanks. It's nothing I asked to happen. It just did. As big a surprise to me as anyone.
Was that the first time?
No.
But it was the dance. Our last harvest moon.
Do you want me to explain something I don't understand myself? It was the dance. Harvest Moon, all dressed up, the booze, the music. It just happened.
Who was it? Who was it? You could at least tell me that so I don't feel like such a fool when I run into her in the hall. Who did Ginger Evans find you with?
You don't know. I mean, you really have no idea.
Nobody will tell me.
It was...
Who? Debbie Camp? Oh, I know for a fact she wouldn't hesitate if she had the chance. Or Linda Pearson. Who did Ginger find you with?
It was... me.
Matthew Lee.
It was me.
But Ginger said that...
It was program dance 6. I signed her card earlier. She had me down for almost every program, so she came looking for me. And she found me. Us.
Oh, God.
I told her I was drunk, and that I didn't know what I was doing. But I wasn't drunk.
Neither of us was.
Oh, my God. Oh, my my God.
What happened to her?
You found out.
She didn't know about the two of you?
You better go talk to her, Jamie.
I think you've done enough damage for today. I'll go talk to her.
Did you get the tickets? I left 2. I didn't want you leaving without me.
We went through all that last night. I'm going, you're not.
I changed my mind.
Why? Your dad won't get fired. You don't have little brothers or sisters who have to walk in the shadow of your reputation. A mother who's recording secretary at the PTA. You've got college, the scholarship, the basketball
I've also
team.
got you, which I won't have if you leave without me. Jamie, I thought you'd be happy when you saw the 2 tickets. Don't worry. It'll be great. Just the 2 of us. We'll get a place, an apartment or something. My Uncle Will down at Fort Worth, he's got an apartment out near White Rock. Hey, maybe we could stay with him for a while. It'll be a cinch. 2 can live just as cheap as 1, you know. We'll be roommates, living in the same house. No more sneaking off to my garage or the boys' washroom. I thought about it all last night. When I said you should leave, I was only thinking how much better it'd be for me. But if I go too, then...
What about the Kiwanis Service Prize? That's a lot of money.
I doubt if they'd let me keep it now anyway.
No. You had it right last night. I've been thinking about it too. I'll ditch. I'll be blamed. We'll say hundreds of prayers for me at church. And maybe they'll let my dad stay, out of pity. You'll be the lamb that was led astray, but found the path again. Everybody will love you.
Bullshit.
No shit. I'm serious. Things are already pretty ugly.
Besides having to change schools, Jamie, what?
Hear about church this morning?
Corey told me. And Jack and Leon came by after Sunday school.
Came by.
Sometimes we throw the ball around.
They don't call you names or anything?
No?
Figures. They broadside me in the basement of the church and come over and have Sunday tea and cookies with you.
Why shouldn't they?
Exactly. Everybody knows what happened. Everybody knows it takes 2 to tango, but you, thanks to Ginger, have an alibi. You were drunk and I'm the tool of Satan. Why? Because I'm the rotten preacher's kid. Hauled off drunk for painting on the water tower, putting spikes under sheriff's tires, ditching class too much. And you're the lamb. It couldn't possibly be you in a part of this. Just a drunk kid getting his rocks
They're
off.
not going to be that stupid.
What else? I haven't gotten anything but flack since program dance 6 on Friday night. And you, it's like nothing even happened.
I had to clean out the garage. And I had to go to confession this morning.
And did you confess?
I could help it, Father Scanlon already knew.
Everything?
Just exactly what Ginger's told everybody. I didn't add any details. I didn't tell him about your birthmark, if that's what you're worried about. He told me to say some Hail Marys and to be careful about drinking too much.
You see? That's exactly my point. You're home free.
Don't say that. Look, I got my stuff. I bought the tickets. I even thought to get some more cash. So, are we gonna do this? You and me? Up into the sunset?
I guess.
You guess. Jamie, this is a pretty big step we're taking here.
Having sex in the unlocked washroom was a pretty big step.
As I recall, all I did was kiss you. You look so good in your dinner jacket and that white rose. I just wanted you to know. You looked really... What's a little kiss between friends?
That's how it started. It went a little further.
Always does. Think about it, Jamie. It'll be incredible, you'll see. We'll be on our own, doing whatever we like, when we like. You know, I never thought up in Colorado that time. That first time. I never thought that we'd have... God, I was so scared.
You're always scared. First in the pool and then first to yell shark.
I'm not yelling shark this time. We are going, both of us.
All right, all
You
right.
won't have to head out on your own.
I'm convinced.
You're a teen.
Team.
We get along well.
Very well.
We'll be lost in the big city. In a good way. Not like Hickville Hope here.
Nobody will know us. Nobody will know anything about
I
us.
hope you can cook, because I sure as hell can.
Learn to boil water in Scouts.
And to be honest and true, and do a good deed every day.
Depends on what you mean by good.
What's the matter? There's nobody here.
That was bad, Matt. What I did to her, I wouldn't blame her if she never spoke to me again.
Here. You should put a tag on your duffel. Is this it? This all you bring in?
I want my getaway to be clean and quick. You, on the other hand, probably have the kitchen sink. That's almost as much as you took up to Colorado last spring.
You never know what you're gonna need.
Your blow dryer.
Of course.
You're gonna have to lug that thing everywhere we go.
Just in case.
This is not a weekend trip at Paula Dura, Matt. Or whitewater rafting for a day or two. This is a long time we're talking about. We're leaving and not coming back.
Well, that's why I brought the dryer.
Well, I do know what you look like in the morning. I guess we could call it essential equipment.
You are a rat.
Well, you are a weasel. What'd your folks say?
They don't know. Do yours?
I wrote them a letter. Dropped it in the mailbox on my way over. They'll probably get it Tuesday or Wednesday.
I didn't think.
You can't just leave without saying anything. They'll have the law on us. Missing person.
Joyce has got some paper around here somewhere. What do I say?
Say goodbye.
Is that it?
There's not much more. You'll see him sometime. Say you'll phone when we get settled.
They're gonna worry about my graduation. What are we gonna do about that?
You haven't thought about this at all.
Well, sure I have.
You never do. You get these ideas. Good ideas, usually. You dream up some grand whitewater adventure, but you don't think about the details, about the rapids, about the bumps in the road. Those rapids are there, Matt. They're what it's all about. And while the trip may seem romantic, no one on that boat screamed louder than you.
Well, you would too if you felt the boat flip out from under you. I was treading water. Nothing between me and death but those two little ropes.
I was the one who had to pry your fingers off those ropes, remember? You bringing Captain? Well, I was going to leave him with Corey, but now? I couldn't find him anyways. He's out on the prowl somewhere, asleep in a warm, cozy place. But it'll be good, Matt. Dallas, we'll get jobs.
You know, I've lived in hope all my life, Jamie. Born up at the hospital. As far as I've been's Oklahoma. That time to Juarez with you and Frank Harper. I was gonna go to Texas Tech next year, but that's not even very far.
And then back to your dad's law firm.
I guess.
Roadmap's already laid out, start to finish.
Scary, huh?
Right now it sounds real inviting. You want the truth, Matt?
Of course.
I'd rather stay here and hope. Finish school and all both of us. If I have to go, having you along would be like taking the place with me. Part of it anyways. You are good company. Or would be if you'd improve your King's Gambit.
And you learn to shoot a basketball.
I will. I make you that solemn promise. I will practice and practice till my knuckles are raw.
You don't use your knuckles.
I'll practice with whatever part of the anatomy you want to use.
Corey,
Corey,
are you okay?
you just gonna leave?
Corey!
That's what you're doing. The two of you.
Nothing to say?
No, Jamie. I don't have anything to say. I might have had. If I'd known anything, if I hadn't been kept in the dark right up to the last moment. Mostly, I just don't understand it. You too. So I don't know what to say. Because to have something to say, you have to have something to think, and when I think about the two of you together, well, then the only thing that comes to mind is what I've always been told to think. What everybody around here has always been told to think. That you're sick. That The two of you are sick people. That's what I would think. Should think. One old lady at church this morning said the umbilical must have got wrapped around your neck and starved your brain of oxygen. I know you to be kind. Everybody's saying you're not. I know you're kind and people say you're the devil's tool. I thought he was honest with me. People say everybody's so riled up over this. But when I look at it, when Corlin Henderson takes a close look at the two of you, then it hurts like hell, Jamie. But on the other hand, it seems so, I don't know, so nothing. So if I gotta say something, well then it's gonna be really hard because nothing makes sense.
Sorry I didn't say anything. I should have.
We both should have.
Matt, could I talk to her?
Sure. Joyce, you help me with these letters and I'll help you get ready for those Baptists, deal?
Hubert Tilson, he's a little slow, Jamie. He don't know any better.
Oh, Texas Tech. They're sending me to Abilene Christian, otherwise known as Alcatraz.
So you decided to run.
Matt said it would be easier.
Probably would be. Was it all just talk? Everything you, me, just window
I
dressing?
didn't intentionally try to keep anything from you. It just happened. We've been friends so long.
Did you mean any of it? With me?
At first I did. In the beginning, I meant to mean it. I wanted to mean it. But as things got more intense, I had no idea anything was going to happen with Matt. We were a couple. You and me, normal, I thought. And then Matt and I took that trip up to Colorado. And things happened I didn't expect to happen. It was like a dam broke loose, and all the stuff I never let myself think about came flooding out. I didn't know how to tell you. Telling anybody was absolutely out of the question.
And I was convenient. So they wouldn't treat you like Hubert Tilson. A convenient disguise.
But it wasn't because I didn't want to go out with you, do things. It was good. I liked being with you.
Half of the fun of us together was looking at the prospect of more and more and better as time goes by. That's what love is. Having and knowing it'll last. Knowing it'll grow. Knowing they're there with you because they want to be. Knowing there's someone special just waiting to see you, to talk to you, to put his arms around you. But I don't have that anymore, do I? Your future's somewhere else now, isn't it?
I kept looking for the right moment to say something. Never seemed to be one. But now, this is right. Not easy, but right. It's something I gotta do for myself.
And for Matthew.
Yeah. Well,
Be happy, Jamie. I mean it. Both of you. I understand him more than I understand you, if you're looking from my viewpoint.
you be happy too. Is she gone?
Yeah. Didn't even get to say goodbye. Well, come on, Jamie, you're the rider. You gotta help me with these. The bus will be here any minute, and I only got this one done. Here, you write the one to Coach Willard, and I'll get the Kiwanis.
Farewell letter should not be written in someone else's handwriting. Especially mine, unless I want to end up on a post office wall with a price on my head.
They never. I said in my letter it was my idea, not yours. You know, Mrs. Tweed, I had a letter. No, I'm not going to be able to do her lawn this summer. And the Cogdales. Where are we going to stay, Jamie?
Well, we can stay at the Y. Only a couple of dollars a night, but you're not telling them that.
I brought a towel and some soap. I didn't bring any for you.
I'll be fine.
I should have brought more socks and underwear. Don't know when we'll get to do our laundry, and I hate dirty socks. And an iron. I took Mom's traveling one that folds up.
Is there anything you didn't bring?
Well, I don't know. Could be lots of things. I don't know where we're going. Don't know what they're gonna have or not have.
Enough, Matthew. You brought enough. You see this? My journals, a spare pair of jeans, a couple of shirts, and some underwear. What else do I need? I'm leaving it all behind. All of it, everything. And it's not easy. It's not easy walking away. I never did that before in my life. I don't always start things, but I usually finish them. And last night, I sat there. My mom filled out those applications for Abilene Christian. You think I want that? So I'm getting out, and I'm leaving it all behind.
I'm worried, that's all.
You're always worried, Matt. On the Whitewater trip, which was your idea, you worried. Painting Senior 61 on the water tower was your idea, and you panicked. Lighting bales of straw on the road on Halloween was your idea, and you spent the entire night waiting for the cops to arrest us. You worry, Matthew. That's what you do. You want everything to turn out right, so you worry. Well, maybe this
know exactly what I'm in
for. God's sakes, Matthew, if you don't want to come, you don't have to. I never said you did. Just because leaving town was your idea, I never once said you had to leave with me. I'd like it, sure. I'd like it a lot, but I can't give you a roadmap for the next 5 years or list every goddamn thing you're gonna need. I'm not your mother.
I know what you're trying to do.
What's that?
You're trying to make me stay? Make me mad at you, so I'll tell you to fuck off? Jamie, I am not letting you leave me here. Things aren't gonna be so great for me around here either. Do you know what Ginger Evans told Jack? She said she didn't know why I had to go to you to get my rocks off. See, that's what I gotta face. Maybe they will blame it all on you. But that doesn't mean they aren't gonna look at me funny when I walk down the halls. There'll be doubts.
That's all there'll be, doubts. If I leave, it gives them an easy way out, and people always want the easy way out.
Like you?
Look. Your mom's already worried about you. Your dad, too, probably. You're their baby. Mine just want to ship me south.
I'm gonna mail this letter. Or I could phone her. She's worried about me.
Of course she is. Go talk to her.
There's no time.
There's all the time in the world.
All right, let's go talk to her.
No, Matthew. You go talk to her. I got places to go.
But
I know you want to go, Matt. And it wouldn't be bad for me. I know that. I'd give anything, but there are times when the circumstances are against you. When you get pushed to a point where you can't choose between what you want and what you don't want. There is no choice.
But it was my idea.
For me to go.
Without me?
It's got to be.
This day? I don't know if I can. They'll say terrible things about you.
Maybe. Probably, but I'll be someplace else. Riding other rapids and getting in more trouble than you can imagine. Here. Find Captain and take care of him. I'll sleep a lot easier.
Captain.
Kids don't care about him. I always looked after him. And he likes you, okay?
Of course. Didn't know that it was gonna be like this.
What was between us was nobody else's business, Matthew. Whatever they say, whatever they think, what was between us was between us.
Is.
Is.
Oh, would the two of you just hurry up and kiss before all those Baptists get here and ride you out of town on a rail?
Get out of here.
I feel like I ought to be going.
Tomorrow morning it'll all make perfect sense.
When will you be back?
Whenever.
Mom, get a move on if you're going.
I gotta go.
Hurry. You don't want to miss that bus.